Hello YouTube, RK Exiled here, and today I want to briefly share my Raise Spectre Necromancer using Primal Crushclaws. I played this build for, I think, this is my 4th league doing it, and this is my current iteration with the new 3.16 skill tree and the new masteries. So we'll first talk about the gear. This character was in Trade League and had about, I'd say 12 to 15 Exalt worth of gear. The +2 level wand was 4 Exalts. You can get this for Chaos. The helm I crafted myself with the special. The body armor I think I bought for 4 Exalt. It was just a +1 Spectre with a good life roll that I could craft, and it had an open prefix so I could craft the % life on it. Grip of the Council, dirt cheap, and I expect it probably will be this league too. And if you really don't want to pay for it, you can just do the Prophecy Chain. Boots, I think I did pay for like an Exalt for this just because it had a good life roll and had Chaos resistance too. But you can just use the unique ones for a few Chaos or you can craft it yourself and just have like crappy movement speed or a crappy life roll. The amulet was 1 Exalt. I basically just bought a +1 int gems and with an open prefix so I could craft a life roll on it. This ring was, I think it was like 20 Chaos. It wasn't very much. Or I might have actually crafted this myself, but I just took a Vermilion ring and I think I used the Dex essences till I get something I liked. And then the Frostbite on hit ring isn't too much, it would be just a few Chaos. The belt I crafted myself. Usually I just use Harvest or I'll use a Stygian Vice to craft, not Stygian Vice, Chaos Essence, which I didn't use in this one, but I think it's because I got a decent life roll and just stuck with it. Using 1 Ghastly Eye Jewel in my belt here. Usually I craft these. I think I have like another one here, or another 2. I usually craft them with Harvest. I usually just reforge with either physical or cold modifiers and try to get a good life roll with cold damage, and then you want to get Chance to Blind and Taunt. And then for Flask, nothing special, we're just using Rummies. Quartz and Jade might change these based on how they've changed dodge, and basically removing it. Quicksilver and Divine, might try a different Divine this league because of the changes made to it. And that's pretty much it for the gear. Also want to mention that my Animate Guardian does have a Kingmaker, but I have notes about what I put on him here in the notes section. And I did want to throw one more quick disclaimer out there. This build relies heavily on the gem levels of the Spectres, so when you're heading into red maps, you might hit a wall. I did put in the notes section, I have upgrades and when I usually typically get them based on the tiers of map that I'm currently doing. So I just want to throw that out there. Now let's go over the passive tree. So the passive tree looks similar to how it looked in the past with a couple notable differences. We have this tree for spell block and this mastery node to give us more attack block. So if you look over here, this is without any flasks active. We have 62 attack block, which will be 59 because the old Tempest Shield is currently active in this, which I'll talk about in a second. And then 50% spell block. So this build, I have it set up. If you notice, I have 35% mana unreserved so that I can have the new Tempest Shield, which is 25% reservation, immunity to shock, and then gives you 25% spell block at gem level 20. So we'll have pretty much close to cap spell block and very decent attack block. With the Rummies up, we'll have pretty close to capped attack block as well. So I'm hoping that will even out the defensive nerf, that plus the regen. But other than that block, we have this notable here that I took. I took Anointed Flesh, mostly so I could get the Corrupted Blood. And also you can change it. If you want to do like Delirium, you can have cannot be impaled, or for other content you can have cannot be maimed or hindered. And other than that, I take pretty much everything normally. I am going to try Fearsome Force Wheel here to get some more AoE. I'm pretty much taking every offensive minion mastery, so crit chance, LE Pen, which POB doesn't seem to be able to calculate, so when I unclick it, it doesn't change my DPS, so I'm assuming that's a bug, so this should be more damage. Accuracy and Overwhelm. And then a couple of the support ones, we're grabbing the 1% Leech, and we're grabbing plus 8% maximum to all resistances. But other than that, it's the usual stuff. Couple Gassii jewel slots here. I am using an Unending Hunger. It doesn't change the single target at all for big bosses, but it does make the clear a lot better, and it is kind of hilarious to watch the crabs get like absolutely gigantic in maps as you're clearing maps. Build has around 6k life. You know, it's got the block, but that's pretty much all it has going for it defensively. You know, we'll see how it goes. Alright, that about wraps it up for the POB section of this video. I do want to make a quick note, the damage over here you can get higher with things like a Bottled Faith and Awakened Support Gems, especially at level 5. Melee, elemental damage with attacks, and minion damage are all great. Multi-Strike's amazing, but I usually pretend it doesn't exist because it's so expensive. You can also get a 1 cluster setup. So I'm just going to end the video now with a map run with my 3.15 Necromancer in Standard with Elemental Equilibrium unspec'd. And then after that, I'm going to have a Simulacrum Wave 19 and 20 showcase. I hope you all have an amazing league start, and I will see you in the next video.
not before.